Hi, everyone. Welcome to week three, part two of my fall AI journalism class. We're talking now about the midterm paper. So the midterm paper assignment and paper pitch are up here on Canvas. You can also look at them in our Google Drive. They're sitting right here. And you can open up those and read those right now if you want. And then I'm going to walk through them. So just hit the pause button and then we're going to walk through the midterm paper. All right, welcome back. I'm actually in our weekly schedule right now for class. You can access that both in our weekly class schedule in Drive or Canvas or on the syllabus, whichever you prefer. There's a little video here that's going to be right here that you're watching right now, and then the assignment sheet right here, which takes you to the documents with that you were supposed to just have read. What we're going to do with the midterm paper is come up with a controversial AI issue in journalism. It could be law and ethics, impact on local newsrooms, the AI built deepfake in videos is off the table now, mainly because we've done that topic so many times in this class. Failure of media companies to automate the news. The paper length, we're looking at 2,500 words. You can also look at the positives of AI. What successes have there been with AI? A lot of newsrooms are using it to do some really amazing things, and you can find examples of that on the Journalist Toolbox website. I've got a cool AI examples up there. Also, positive and negative impacts on the environment. There are a lot of positive impacts that AI has on the environment right now. But data centers are just, killing the environment as far as water consumption and water impact. It's making a lot of the water polluted. It's also impacting things like noise pollution. If you have a data center near your house, there's this high-pitched buzz that comes out of some of them all the time. It really, has annoyed a lot of people and also, hurt a lot of people as well. So, but it's, also done some amazing things for the environment. Google has drones that are run with AI that can now predict wildfires so early it'll help prevent things like the Palisades fire. So it's doing some incredible work too. So, you kind of have to weigh the good and the bad sometimes. You invent the ship, you invent the shipwreck, as the old saying goes. So you'll do this in a 3-paragraph pitch to me that you'll send me by Wednesday, September 16th at 9 a.m. and I'll approve it. You can just send me one, or maybe if you've thought of two, you can send me two. Clearly state your topic, your point of view. The written paper, isn't due. The midterm paper isn't due to me until Monday, October 12th at 9 a.m. So you've got some time to work on it once I've given you approved your ideas. So if you click on the assignment sheet here, this is what you've just read. But the 20 to 2,500 word range is a range. Again, if you come in at 1,900 words. I'm not a big word counter. You're going to be fine. Or if I come in at 2,700 words, that's fine. Going a little under, a little over is fine. But just don't write 4,000 words or 700 words because you're gonna. I'm either going to tell you to write more, or write less, or probably just give you a bad grade on it. Send it to me as an editable Google Doc. That's very important. You want to send that to me at mikereilley1@gmail.com. Don't send me, a Word document on Microsoft OneDrive or PDF. Send it to me as an editable Google Doc. That way I can go and put comments on it, do some editing on it if need be. And again, those topics, I forgot to put it on the schedule, but banned the deep fake images and video. We've done it too many times, and so I took it off the schedule earlier in the video. Pitch your idea first, 3-paragraph pitch idea to me, and I'll show you the format here in a minute. Do not use AI to write your paper. You can use it to edit and things like that. Your paper will get a 0 grade, and I will possibly do disciplinary action turning over the dean of students if I do detect a high percentage of AI in the paper. If you've used it for some editing and I get a very low percentage, like 5, 10%, that's fine. Maybe use Grammarly or something. But if it tests, at a high level, over 30, 40%, we're going to have an issue then. And I've had a couple students try it. I always check it, run it through the testing tools. I've got two very reliable ones. And I also, I can tell by just reading it and, looking at how it's structured. You're attributing information, hot linking off to your sources, and attributing where you got the information. So as you do your research for your paper, save all the links to it because I'll show you how you can do the attribution inline instead of doing footnotes. You can do it inline in your paper. The papers were 20% of your overall grade. It's evaluated on how well the paper's research, quality of the sources, writing clarity, grammar, spelling, punctuation, making the deadline, things like that. I don't accept late homework. If you need an extension on it, you got to give me 24 hours advance notice, and it better be a good excuse. This deadline I went over earlier, it's also on the syllabus. I have tons of examples here off the AI storytelling page on Redline project. If you're looking for an expert database, because you do have to interview one expert source for this paper. Expert source is typically somebody that sees the big picture on this issue, which is typically a college professor, somebody that's studying this issue. We've done some really good ones in the past, and I mentioned the source up here higher in this story, and I'll talk to you a little, or in the assignment. I'll talk to you during class a little bit about finding expert sources. We have a lot of expert databases that you have access to, where you can find people and reach out to them. These tend to be professors or researchers on certain topics. And they will get back to you because they're paid to, or maybe there's somebody on the UIC campus that can help you. And this is an old list that I compiled for years on different expert source databases. Reilley app is another one. We're going to use Reilley a little later in the semester too, for both finding experts. You can set up a free trial. Also, if you use your .edu email address, they'll give you a free account there. What does the paper wind up looking like? All I'm asking for now is for you to write the paper. I don't need images or anything like that. We'll do that later when we get the story written and edited, or the paper written and edited. We'll start to move it through image and video and multimedia tools, and start to add multimedia to your paper, which is really cool. You wind up with a really cool essay at the end of this assignment. The best ones get published on the Redline project, and I've got a whole list of them here. One of them I really liked, from last spring. Edson did this one on AI and its impact on sports betting. Sports betting is very addictive. It's now legal in most states. And as you can see here, he wrote the paper, which starts right here. It's an essay. He used some subheads. He interviewed an expert on gambling from UNLV, University of Nevada, Las Vegas, has a sports gambling division, and they also study things like AI's role and how algorithms track habitual sports bettors' trends. And he did a really good look into this. He did a frequently asked questions. He used AI to build that. And then, once the paper was written, I edited it, gave it the grade. Then we start to build in weeks 8, 9, and 10, the graphics and the images. Some people do, audio with it. You create a summary. And at the top of the paper, you should always have the AI disclosure to explain to me how you used AI on the paper. So when you write your paper, this is the first thing you put in, the disclosure. Don't need to do the summary yet. We'll do that a little later once it's done. We'll add this in later. And you'll just send it to me as a Google Doc. We won't publish it yet to Medium until I've had a chance to do an edit on it. So make sure you get it in, make sure you get it in on time, and you do a good job on it. Look through these examples, see what past people have done in the past. Many issues out there. You can use AI to brainstorm ideas on, issues with AI and journalism. So I'm fine with that. So how do we pitch Mike the idea? I've given you in your week 3 folder a little sample. And this is, how the pitch should look. A slug, which is typically 3, 4 words that describe the story. This is an old AI deepfakes one. Reporter, the reporter's name goes here. You work individually on this. Then the little summary, this is kind of 2 long paragraphs. I asked for 3. Tell me who you think you will interview for the paper. You don't have to interview that person, but you have to at least interview somebody. Maybe this person can't get back to you, and they interview somebody else. And they did a nice job here of explaining, who the source is. And then down here, just 3 or 4 links to some of the research that you would use for the paper. This just tells me that you have a battle plan, that you've thought through the idea, and it helps me understand the approach you're taking with it. So use this as a little template to work off of. Again, if you have any questions, we'll be back in class next week to discuss it. The ideas aren't due till Wednesday the 16th at 9 a.m. So we'll be able to talk about it next Tuesday in class. But if you have any questions up front, do send me an email, even though I'm traveling. I'm on my phone all the time as long as I'm not in session. I'm in Boston at the WBUR, the NPR affiliate for Boston, Massachusetts. So I'll be there for about 3 hours, and then after that, I'll be traveling back to Chicago, thank God. And I've been gone a lot. I can answer any of your questions. I'm always accessible for you guys. And again, the written paper is not due till Monday, October 12th. So we have close to a month to put the written story together. And then the fun starts, adding the multimedia in. Just as a little reminder, to make sure you're signing up for an AI tools presentation. Everybody has to do one. It's only a 5-minute presentation. You just click on this little link. It's off both our syllabus and our schedule. I'll have you talk for 5 minutes long about an AI tool that you use. It can be used journalistically. You can be using it for school or for personal use. Maybe a quick demo of something it does. Be able to tell me who created it and what the pricing model is. Is it free? Do I have to get to use it for free for a month and then have to pay $20 a month? Give me an idea of the value of that tool. So sign up for those. Those presentations don't start till a little later in the semester. I've got the link to the sign up sheet right here. It's in our Google Drive. September 22nd is our first one, then 29th, 6th, and so on, all the way up to November 14th, where we'll have 4 students. You can sign up 3 people per day on each of these days. So we'll spend about 15, 20 minutes at the start of class having the students present their AI tools. We've done this every semester in the past. Students have loved it. I keep a list of all the tools that you guys present and give it to you at the end, so you guys all have a nice list of each other's tools that you've used. So I sometimes turn them into a newsletter too for Journalist Toolbox. They're kind of cool to read. Homework wise, research trustingnews.org. Our guest speaker next week will be Lynn Walsh from Trusting News. She's going to talk about AI disclosures and the importance of making sure your audience knows you're writing these AI disclosures. So do a little research, look over their website. You can Google her name. She's a former Emmy-winning TV producer for investigative journalist crews. And she's worked in broadcast for years. I do a lot of trainings and presentations with her. She's really smart. She's brilliant. And so she'll be visiting class for about 45 minutes next week. She has these little trust kits and things like that you can look through too. Come up with that midterm topic idea and sign up for the tools presentation. A couple little short things to read. Make sure you're subscribing to the Journalist Toolbox newsletter. So reach out if you have any questions in the meantime. If not, we'll see you finally in person next week.